Welcome to today's presentation. Now, today we look at Kcse Mathematics Paper 2, 2018, Question 1 up to 3. Question 1 is on logarithmic equations. Question 2 is on variation, and question 3 is on compound interest. So, straight to question 1. Given that twice logarithm of x squared plus logarithm of root x is equal to k log x, find the value of k. So here what you're going to do, for the first part, we have twice logarithm of x squared. So that will become logarithm of x squared raised further to 2. That means the 2 comes and it will become the power of x squared plus logarithm of x power half. Remember, root x is equivalent to x power a half. And then we will equate this to, now k again will become the power of x here. So we have logarithm of x power k. So at this particular point, addition will imply multiplication. So we apply the laws of logarithm, so that at this point we have x power 4. Remember, the powers multiplied 2 by 2. And then addition means we multiply, so times x power half. And then on the right hand side we'll have logarithm of x power k. So what we're simply going to do here, we are going to drop the logarithms, and therefore we'll have x power 4 by x power half. So applying the laws of indices, we are going to add 4 to a half because the bases are the same. So we'll have x power 4.5. And then on the right hand side, we have x power k. Once again, remember, we had dropped the logarithms. Then the next thing, we can therefore conclude that k is 4.5. So that is it for the first question. For the second question, we're told a variable p varies directly as t cubed and inversely as the square root of s. When t is 2 and s is 9, p is 16. Determine the equation connecting p, t, and s. Hence find p when s is 36 and t is 3. So what you're simply going to do is, let's interpret the first line. So we're told p varies directly as t cubed. So we'll write this symbol which is read as varies as. So p varies as t cubed. So if we were to write both sides as fractions, like p over 1 and this side t over, remember it's inversely as the square root of s, so you have root s. Now I'm expressing it this way for the sake of explanations. So when you have p varying directly as t cubed, then they will happen to be on the numerator, both of them. And because p varies inversely as the square root of s, we have the square root of s on the denominator this side and p on the numerator. So from this point, we are going to replace this symbol with equal sign. So we say p is equal to, but when we introduce the equal sign, together with it, we also introduce a constant, say k. So k t cubed all over the square root of s. So at this particular point, we're almost set to getting the equation connecting p, t, and s. Now the equation connecting p, t, and s will be the equation with the actual value of k. So in order to get the actual value of k, we are going to use this second statement when t is 2 and s is s, p is 16. So we will substitute those values in this equation here so that we have p is 16, which is equal to k times t cubed, but t is 2 cubed over the square root of s, that is equal to 9. So that is 16 is equal to 8 over 9, or sorry, not 9, but 8 over 3k. So that means that the value of k will be, so we have 16 by 3 over 8, and that is 6. So k is 6. Once we've gotten the value of k, we can now replace it, or rather replace the value of k with its actual value in this equation. So we'll say p is equal to 6t cubed all over the square root of s. So at this particular point, we already have the equation connecting p, t, and s. Now, once we've had that, the next question is find the value of p when s is 36 and t is 3. So we're just going to substitute these values in our new equation so that p will therefore be equal to 6 times t cubed, and t is 3. So we have 3 cubed all over the square root of s, and s is 36. So this should be 6 times 27 over 6, and p finally is 27. Lastly, for number 3, we are told Asia invested some money in a financial institution, and then the financial institution offered 6% per annum compound interest in the first year and 7% per annum in the second year. At the end of the second year, Asia had 170,130 shillings in the financial institution. Determine the amount of money Asia invested. So what we are going to do here is we need to identify that we are going to use the compound interest formula, which is given as amount is equal to principal into 1 plus the rate over 100 raised to n for the period. So in this case, we are already told that the amount accrued at the end of the second year is 170,130. So we have 170,130. So in the equation, we are required to determine the initial amount that was invested that accrued interest, so that we had 170,130 finally. So that amount will be the principal, the original amount invested. Then you're told that in the first year, the financial institution offered 6% per annum compound interest, so that we have 1 plus 6 over 100. And then in the second year, the institution offered a compound interest of 7% per annum. So we have 1 plus 7 over 100. So from this equation, we'll be able to get the value of P, which is the amount of money invested. So we'll have P equal to 170,130 divided by these two brackets. So here we have 1.06, and for the second bracket we have 1.07. So from my calculator, I realize that the value of P is 150,000 shillings. And that is it for this video. I want to thank you for watching. Hope to see you in the next video.